Hello guys, Victoria's 8 Psychic Medium here. We're just going to do a super quick video on my next webinar. It's called Transformational Change as Spiritual Growth. It's going to be Wednesday, June 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So as you know, you're probably feeling we're having this immense energy shift. It's been something that's been going on actually, around 2008. Even before the whole 2012 thing, and it's definitely intensifying now, astrologically and otherwise. Particularly this year is a number 8 year. That's my actual numerology number personally, so it's exciting for me, but number 8 year in the tarot is the Strength card. And that's so important to develop right now. So that is what this webinar is really going to help you do. So within this energy shift, we're having a great number of upheavals. So many of my clients are really going through sometimes sudden, sometimes drastic change that's, throwing them for a loop. So if you're going through any kind of upheavals, relationship changes, job changes, layoff, deaths and losses in that respect, moving, or health issues, this would be a class for you that will really help you to learn how to best deal with those changes. So, we're all very sensitive beings, more than we really realize. And these types of events really take a toll on us emotionally, but they also bring us a great deal of strength and resilience. And the more you go through these types of things and difficult things, the stronger I truly believe that you become. So any kind of crisis, transformation, or change process is actually a spiritual growth process. And that's really the point of it, and seeing it that way is really going to help you out. So there are some common deep lessons and life themes that go about when we go through something like this. So often we wonder, why is this happening to me, or why are there so many difficult things happening at the same time? So we're going to go over some of the common things that you would encounter in a transformational change process, a spiritual process, even a spiritual awakening. So we're also going to talk about techniques and what I would say are spiritual anchors that really keep you sane, and help you to take care of yourself in times like this, and it's really important to do that. So grounding and centering techniques, very important. Sometimes we can be space cadet-like, being spiritual in this particular 3D realm, so that's very important. Meditation and other techniques. And these situations really call out for you to learn how to love yourself. And that's a really huge one that's very common when things like this happen. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll also talk about the way in which trauma and stress impacts the body, mind, and spirit. So as a soul unit, as a being, there are physical and physiological changes that are going to happen as a result of stress. So you can understand those and really try to work through those responses that your body is going to have. And stress is the number one cause of disease, dis-ease physically and also emotionally in a lot of other ways. So, but it also impacts, of course, your mind and your ways of thinking, your beliefs, your mental processes, in addition to your spirit, which might be a little bit of a lesser known conglomeration of changes that will occur to you, especially in a spiritual awakening. If you have a bunch of things kind of being pulled from you and you're having a lot of loss and change, it's definitely going to impact your energetic body, your aura, your chakras, and we will talk about that. Also important to this whole thing is really emotional releasing, and I talk about that a lot in my videos and why it's important. So we will talk about that and techniques that you can use to go through an emotional releasing and clearing process, which is basically what you need to do in order to raise your vibration to its highest possible level. Also important that I hear a lot of my clients talking about too is social support networks. And I'm very lucky to have a really great social support network where I am. But, where you are, you might not really have that, or like-minded people, or friends who are going to support you and understand what you're going through. So we'll talk about that and how that's important to this whole process too. So finding your tribe, more or less. How to see struggle as a learning opportunity, because that's really what it is. We don't have these struggles just randomly for no reason. There are learning opportunities for us to grow and advance as a soul. So how do we do that, though? How do we look at something and stay positive about it and really try to understand it in that context? And then we'll also talk about how to problem solve. Intuitively problem solve. That's kind of the way that I solve most problems. But other ways too of thinking about how to really feel like you're grounded and centered in a plan, or a strategy for what it is that you're going through, and to intuit a little bit about what you might be going through in the future. So that is the gist, my loves, and thank you so much for listening. This video will be linked to the place where you can register. So thank you so very much, as always, and deep blessings to you as you're going through these changes. I've been through a whole shit ton of them, and I know you will too, and you can do it. Mwah.